Hi, my name is Mekhi Jones, and this is my path to Google. So my path to Google actually started before I even decided that I wanted to go to university. I remember I had a loaner computer to do coursework, but alongside that, I would also watch movies every night. And one night, I decided to watch The Internship. It's a movie about two salesmen who end up getting internships at Google. And they show up to such a atypical workplace, one with slides and free food. And
What's the damage here?
Nothing.
For these?
Free.
These are complimentary.
Complimentary. Free.
and even self-driving cars.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, excuse me. Do you...
Really?
It's scary because it's new.
By the end of it, I knew I wanted to be a software engineer. And to be one, I needed to go to college. And I figured if I was going to go to college, I might as well go to one of the best ones. So I went to Google, typed in best computer science universities. And the best one was Stanford University. And I recognized it. It was in the internship. It was where Professor X was.
Professor Charles Xavier?
Very funny.
So that night, I set 3 goals. 1, get into Stanford. 2, work at Google. And 3, meet the weekend. I know, it's kind of random, but I needed a third. My senior year of high school comes around, and I apply to Stanford regular decision. And I get in. Goal number 1, get into Stanford, checked. In my first quarter at Stanford, about November, the application opens for Google's internship for first and second year undergraduates, called Engineering Practical. The night it opened, I redesigned my resume. I made it look like you had Google searched me. On the right, you'll see my person profile. On the left, you'll see search toolbars like work experience and education, then about the results, and you'll see the results under. Because I knew I needed to stand out. And it worked. I had made it to the interview round. But I hadn't even taken my first computer science class. And I knew it wasn't like the internship. I wasn't going to be able to coattail my way into Google. So over winter break, about December 15th up until my interview, I was actually on vacation in Orlando. And all the free time I had, I would spend working on the assignments and the piece sets from the first Stanford CS class, CS 106A. I would work in the mornings, I would work in the evenings. I remember one time I even worked in a car. And January 6th comes around and I'm in Panera Bread in the back. So you don't hear like the noise of the cafe or the noise of people ordering. And I remember I had killed the interviews. I was coding in a Google Doc, I was communicating well, and I left feeling very good about it. And I moved to the next round. And the last round was just the community review round. They'll take your interview feedback and also your transcript. But the thing about my transcript is it had a 1.8 on it. I'm like, oh, you don't want my transcript. At least I don't want to send it to you. So on my PDF file, the first page was a letter telling me, hey, I know what it looks like, but here are some concrete steps that I'm going to take to make sure I have at least a 3.0 by the time I get to you. Now, needless to say, I didn't get the internship that year. I ended up spending that summer working out of the country for the first time at a company called Infosys. So the next year comes. Same November, the same application opens. I apply that night and I email the same recruiter. Hey, I'm back and I'm better. So the next day he emails me back. He says, let's get the ball rolling. Let's start the interview. Get the interviews, I kill them. I get to the final committee round. They ask for a transcript, no letter needed. I send that in. 3 days later, I'm walking to class and I get a call from Mountain View. I answer it as my recruiter. He says, hey Mekhi, how you doing? I'm like, yo man, can you please tell me that you got good news? And he's like, yo, I'm happy to inform you, we're extending you the offer this year. And it was such a phenomenal feeling to be able to get that offer. And I later accepted it and spent that summer at Google in Seattle. And crazy to really think back on this long chain of events that inspired so much growth. And the catalyst for all that change can be pinpointed to a night. And it was a movie. It was the internship.
Big guy, big mouth, big dream. And he made this old son of a gun remember there's still some dreams floating around out there. It's not too late. You just got to reach out and grab